I am a bona fide, certified, tough on. But today, my mission is the chapter, Dogma of a Mystique. And after that chapter, my first poem begins in 3, 2. I believe you can tell a broken man by the way he moves. There is something in the slump of his shoulder that tells you he is a soldier. The morning after the war is lost. Aching. And in his aching, accepting. In his accepting, hoping for a chance to renegotiate the terms of his surrender to defeat. There is something about him that tells you he is trying to tether himself to himself, to keep it together. There is something about his step and his voice that tells you he's a walking tower of Babel. After having shot for the stars in a hope that knows no demise, now, in the ashes of its end, he finds himself tongue-tied, unable to speak his former lover's love languages. There is something in his aura that tells you in this very moment, he is a man made of balloons, and the wind has blown him to a field of cactus, sowed by his own hands. A part of him is now apart from him. He is an emotional amputee, forced to deal with the phantom limb of his hopes, of his dreams. I have come to learn that what defines him is not how bad he was broken, but how much work he puts towards picking himself up. It is not how he moves, it is how he moves on. My second poem begins in 3, 2, 1. One day, you stand at a urinal. Next to you, a man who's about my age will stand. After he is done, he will spit. He does not know why he does it. Only that it is a habit carved into his bones. It is a ritual passed on to him like a family heirloom, like a generational curse. He is living proof that you become the spitting image of all the thoughts you let frame your mind. Now, my son, my reflection, myself, I hope the words I tell you today, as deeply engraved in you as spitting is in that man. Listen to me, son. Life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. You're in it for the long run. So, when you are put on the back foot, please do not let that be your Achilles heel. No matter how much you've been broken, you could still heal. Be ambitious, but know that a sit at the table comes with having a lot on your plate. So be ready. Before you make a decision, make sure you weigh the stakes so you do never butcher your chances. Son, I want you to remember that comfort can be an overbearing, clingy mother, and deciding to stay in embrace will keep you from maturing. So grow, boy, grow. Son, I want you to remember always, in this life, whatever happens, you are burdened with glorious purpose. Do not be afraid to show it, but still be low-key about your pride. That was a Marvel reference. You are burdened with glorious purpose. Do not be afraid to show it, but about your pride, always be low-key. There's a multiverse of opportunities out there, and if you have the bigger picture in your head, your relevance is a canon event. That was another Marvel reference and a camera reference. But son, I want you to always remember, never be afraid to leave your mark, no matter how small. Let the world know you were here. You lived. You spit. And you tried your best to be good at being here, at being. My third poem begins in 3, 2, 1.